Hello everyone, welcome to the John Jorge Show. This is where you get honest and unbiased opinions concerning politics, religion and science. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure that you do so before we continue. Now, there is a certain issue that so many people are not paying attention to. The IEBC issue. Why did it take so long for the IEBC to be reconstituted? And who are to blame? Let us look at this issue and know exactly when was the IEBC supposed to be reconstituted according to the law. Now, after the 2022 general election, 4 of the commissioners dropped out citing irregularities with the chairman. There is a certain protocol that should be followed to reconstitute IEBC if the offices of the chairman or the commissioners become vacant. But I can tell you for sure the law was not followed, and that's why it took so long to reconstitute IEBC. And why is this something very fishy? What is the president trying to do with the IEBC? Because the president himself is responsible for delaying the reconstitution of IEBC. The 4 commissioners who dropped out of IEBC on August 15th, we called them the Cherera 4, including Juliana Cherera herself, Justus Nyang'aya, Frances Wanderi, and Irene Masit. On December 2nd, 2022, the president suspended the Cherera 4. Out of the 4, 3 of them resigned on December 5th, 2022. The IEBC Act of 2011 indicates the protocol that should be followed when their offices become vacant. But that is not what happened. If they resigned on 5th December 2022, the president himself was supposed to declare their offices vacant after 7 days. That is what the law says. But the president did not do that. So I am not going to look at what the president did. I am going to look at what the law states was supposed to happen. That was supposed to be on December 12th. By December 12th, 2022, the president was supposed to have declared their offices vacant. Then, after another 7 days, after 7 days of declaring their office vacant, the nominating bodies are supposed to forward names of the selection panel so that the selection panel can select new commissioners and the chairman. But this time round, only 3 commissioners had resigned. Remember, the commissioners and the chairman of the IEBC are supposed to be in office for only 1 term of 6 years. So it was expected that the chairman and the commissioners were going to retire because they only hold office for only 1 term, which was supposed to be on 17th January 2023. And that is when Chebukati retired. What the law says is, if we are anticipating the retirement of the chairman or any commissioner in the IEBC, 6 months prior, the commission or the president should make arrangements for the reconstitution. That is to come up with the selection panel and start the process of finding a new chairman and the commissioners. So, on December 19th, 2022, the nominating bodies that are the Parliamentary Service Commission, the LSK, and the Interreligious Council of Kenya, they were supposed to forward names to the president. Because the Parliamentary Service Commission selects 4 individuals, 2 men, 2 women, to the selection panel. So they were supposed to forward their names, the names of the selection panel, to the president, so that the president can form the selection panel, and the selection panel was to do the interviews of the chairman and the commissioners. But that did not happen. Then, after 14 days of declaring their offices vacant, the president appoints the selection panel. You know, the nominating bodies forward the names to the president nominates, or the president appoints the selection panel after 14 days. That is what the law says. Then, after 7 days of being appointed, the selection panel invites application and publishes the names of all applicants and their qualification in the Gazette notice. That did not happen. Then, the selection panel takes 90 days to complete their exercise, their selection exercise, which also didn't happen. So, if the law was followed, after the resignation of the 3 Cherera force, the law states that by 2nd February 2023, the selection panel should have finalized their recruitment. But that did not happen. And it happened with an intention, because they are trying to subvert the electoral process. Remember, the IEBC has its roles when we near the election, near the general election. And one of those roles is to educate the masses, to educate the voters, voter education, and continuous voter registration, which has not been happening. So, we have a very huge problem here. After the selection panel finalizes its recruitment, they forward the names of 2 people to be nominated as the chairman and 9 members to be nominated as the commissioners. Then the president, within 7 days, the president should select one of the 2 members nominated as the chairman, as the chairpersons. One of them becomes the chairperson, and 6 commissioners. But remember, Chebukati had not retired yet, so that was not to happen by that time. But the retirement of Chebukati was anticipated on 17th January 2023. So the exercise should have started way earlier before their retirement, because that is what the law states. So, after the president receives the names, he forwards he takes 7 days, chooses his chairman and 6 commissioners, then forwards the names to the National Assembly for approval. Then the National Assembly takes 28 days to finalize their exercise, their approval exercise. Then they forward their names after 7 days to the president, so that the president can gazette the names. The whole process was to end by 14th May 2023, which didn't happen. If we could go by the retirement date of Chebukati and the other commissioners, which was on 17th January 2023, the exercise was supposed to end on 25th June 2023, meaning the exercise to reconstitute the IEBC as per the law has been delayed by over 675 days. From 25th June 2023 up to today, those are 701 days. You can't tell me that the exercise could have been delayed by 700 days without that being very intentional. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months could be understandable. But 700 days means that the president himself and other people who are involved, including the Parliamentary Service Commission, the Law Society of Kenya, and Interreligious Commission of Kenya, Council of Kenya, are to be blamed for the IEBC not being reconstituted. What we are seeing here are people who are trying to subvert the will of the people by not reconstituting IEBC at the right time. I do not know why we are not talking about this issue of IEBC. Because what I can see here is an intention to delay or to suspend the elections in 2027. The law is very clear. The law has not been followed.